Thank you so much, guys, for being here. This is Tidbits and Randomness. I'm your host, as always, Winston Dean. Today I have with me Duncan Carson.
Hello.
And I have Ben Bosunga.
What's up?
Random fact, you were the first person that I've had on twice for this show. So.
Let's go.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Black History Month.
Yeah. That's literally the only reason. Okay.
The only reason.
If I could have got an African American, I would have. I had to go African. It was close enough.
Full African.
Close enough.
I'm an American citizen now, so I'm technically one of the few African Americans in the country.
Like African American.
Yeah, I'm literally African American. They don't let you get double citizenship, though. I tried.
So what country again are you from?
I'm from the Congo, the DRC.
That's so dope that you know.
Yeah, it's the cool Congo that you know.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm from the cool Congo with all the child soldiers and the resources.
Oh, hell
where the shit goes down.
That's what's up. That's
not
what's
the
up.
peaceful, happy Congo. Fuck those guys. You know.
I was born in the trenches.
Yeah, we like the minds of the child slaves. That's our
Notice
shit.
that Duncan's like, I'm gonna let them have this conversation. I'm gonna.
Bro, Black History Month has got me so many bookings. It's wild.
I one time got a booking because somebody confused me with a different black comic, and you could tell they just felt guilty about it. They're like, "So,
Oh, no.
like, what are you doing next Tuesday?" Yeah,
Oh.
I was like, "Shit, I'm free." Like,
Listen, nothing better than when racism works in your favor. That's my shit.
it so rarely does. So, take our word, Duncan. Take our word. Okay, so we're gonna get into the first topic so that Duncan can contribute a little bit here because he's just like, "Let me shut the fuck up."
What am I going to...
No, I feel you. I feel
Like,
you.
hey,
You did the right thing.
I'm from Wisconsin, like the opposite of Africa.
Yeah,
Literally.
Yeah, I get it. So the by the way, let me first start off by saying the structure of the show. The first half of the show, we go over just random pop culture topics that are going on in the world, and then the second half, I ask each comic to bring 2 topics to talk about. We do a rotation of 5 minutes each. It's not like you have to talk about your topic the whole time. We're all going to talk about it together, so don't feel like, oh my God, I need to talk 5 minutes straight. That is not the case. We're going to have fun. It's going to be all over the place. Are you guys ready?
Let's play.
Let's play Tidbits and Random. So the first topic I wanted to talk about, did you guys see these Trump Jordans that came out?
Oh,
the
gold
40
shoes?
Yes.
gold 45s.
Yes. Please pull these up. Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Actually, the POTUS 45s I think are different. These ones are called like the never surrenders.
Wait, are they actually made by Jordan?
No. Thank God, no.
I was about to be like, dang.
Look, Jordan said that Republicans buy shoes too.
He did
but
say that.
He's not going to go that far. He's not going to go that far and make some
Man,
Trumps.
these Trump 45s.
Incredible.
Do you guys know how much they cost?
I wasn't like $4,500 or something?
That would be insane, but I wouldn't be surprised. They probably could have got away with it.
No,
They were $3.99.
$3.99 for these. Bro,
1,000 pairs made.
So it's not real gold.
No. That would be pretty dumb.
they're like Trump's hair, not real.
So it's basically Trump in general.
The NFTs of shoes.
Bro, I can't wait till I see people rocking this. There's an irony that like they look like shoes that black people would wear, but people that support Trump mostly aren't black. So who are these made for?
Here's the thing. Do you think sneakerheads got them, or do you think the people that were canceling Nike when Kaepernick did his thing? Which ones do you think were the main demographic on this?
I mean, if you're canceling Nike for this, you probably own a pair of these for sure. You're
Yeah.
probably on the
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
list. Like, if you hated kneeling at the NFL games, you got a
This is
pair
your
of these
shit.
on pre-order.
These are
Like,
your shits.
yeah, you're
I
wearing
mean,
these proudly.
So now we're talking about shoes. Was there any shoes that you guys as a kid really wanted to get?
So that's funny you bring that up. When I was a kid, I always wanted like Jordan 1s and like fresh Jordans, and I'm one of 8 kids. Like, we ain't got it like that. You know, that wasn't.
What number are you?
I'm number 7.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that wasn't in the budget like that. So now as an adult, last Christmas, I just like didn't even go visit my family. I just bought myself gifts, and they were all the shoes I wanted
Fuck
as
them
a kid.
people, all right?
I mean, I sent some gifts. I just didn't show
but-
up. I called them.
Yeah.
And then, so now I'm rocking the Jordan 1s I always wanted as a kid.
Hey,
and now I got
see?
them on. I'm
Hell
just
yeah.
buying myself
Yeah.
as an adult.
I see you're matching from jacket to pant to. Oh my God.
Oh, you gotta
And
do it.
shirt. You said.
Listen, when you're out there with the people, you got to send a message.
Okay.
You
No,
let them know
it's-
you're cool.
It's nice. It's nice. Was there any shoes that you wanted as a kid?
You know, I remember once I asked for those shoes that, as a little kid, I wanted those shoes that like light up when you walk.
Oh yeah.
And I remember very palpably the novelty of that wearing off immediately.
As soon as you got them,
Like I was a little relieved when the batteries like ran out,
Yeah.
and I was like, now
My
I can.
friends have been beating the shit out of me for weeks.
Well, like now I can just stop talking about this at school. Or people are like, oh, you got the light up shoes. I'm like, yeah.
I remember
That's what they do.
One of my
Mm.
favorite pairs of shoes was these Ninja Turtle light up shoes that I had.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my God.
There it is.
And then I remember I went to like this pajama, like this is like nostalgia for sure. Like like how your school had like pajama day, like for one day of the year.
Sure.
I remember I got these glow in the dark Michelangelos. Like it looked like you were Michelangelo, but it glowed in the dark. Woo!
The worst part was hide and
I
seek.
came in
bro.
looking fresh.
So-
Oh yeah, I like that.
Because
It's
you
true.
sucked at hide and seek, bro. They're like, there's Winston over there. He's glowing.
You know what? You just be it. Okay,
Every
Be
single
it,
time.
your bitch ass.
Y'all remember the Heelys?
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
yeah.
had a pair.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you have a pair of those?
No.
No, bro. I remember the kids that come.
The way you
squeaking by.
said no, you said no.
I'm
I
not
feel like even as a kid, I was like, that looks unsafe.
That's why you didn't
Yeah.
want them.
No, that yeah.
I didn't want them because I felt like I would have been just roasted by my friends.
Bro, but there's always the one kid
It's
that
like,
came
what's up, guys? Just pull up.
come sliding in.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's not a good look for
Yeah.
my friend group at least.
It was
probably.
every kid that did the Naruto run wore Heelys.
Yeah.
They'd run, do the
That's so
Naruto
true.
run and stop.
That's so true.
Wheeling up to
And you
the
know what's
lunch
funny is
table.
I actually watched Naruto 2 years ago for the first time.
Just one
I watched
episode.
I watched the whole thing,
The
man.
whole thing.
From Naruto through Naruto Shippuden. I watched all of
All
it.
785 episodes. Not that I know.
Yeah, yeah.
that there's
So
that many
here's the thing:
episodes.
like when I got to Shippuden, I started skipping some fillers until I got to the Great War because even the fillers during the Great War are worth watching.
Yeah.
So, do you watch anime at all?
I certainly don't.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had to guess which three of us watched the most anime, it would have definitely been me. But then Heelys and anime,
hey,
you're
hey,
just throwing me off
Hey,
all day.
That's why you never assume, okay?
You can't assume. I'm
Jesus.
just talking trash.
But I love anime. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, I mean,
It is what it is.
you're talking to someone who's watched all of Naruto and all the episodes of One Piece
That's
right
insane.
now.
That's
Wow.
insane. I was talking to Jack Timmons about that, and he was like, "You just gotta just go online, look up One Piece, and you'll be fine." Like,
Bro.
and I was like, "Nah, man, that's still like 800 episodes, even if you do it on One Piece."
There's 1,085 episodes.
Yeah.
Right, 1,093 right now. But during the pandemic, I used to work from home, and we were so slow. But I had to be like on like my computer and the headset for 8 hours a day, 22 minutes an episode.
Oh, sure.
You could get through a lot.
That's true.
Yeah, so-
I heard a very big moment happen in One Piece recently, so no spoilers. But
No spoilers.
okay. Next
He's
topic.
like, I'm not a
He's like,
fucking
I don't
nerd.
fucking know what y'all are talking
That's
about.
not. It's just I'm a nerd about so many things.
Oh, I thought they were gonna be like, guys, I get
But you-
bitches. Okay.
You get to a certain age and it's like I can't. You know,
Only so
I'm
much.
nearly 40. I can't get into anime.
What-
Oh
What-
yeah, it's
know
too
what I
late.
mean?
It's too
What are
late.
you
That shit
nerdy
sucks.
about? Like, what are your go-to nerd
Yeah.
out things?
Oh God, we don't need to. I'm a big chess player.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got some
Chess
old-
isn't
got
nerdy.
some
Chess
old
is cool.
trophies.
You know what? That's a perfect segue.
Oh.
I'm sure you know what this next topic's about then.
I
Did
hope.
you hear about what happened recently? An 8-year-old beat a grand chess master.
Whoa, that's right.
It
Yeah.
happened this week. An 8-year-old. It's never happened. Actually, that's not true. It happened earlier this year. But a kid that was 5 months younger than that 8-year-old did it. So 2 8-year-olds walking the planet right now
They
have
beat
beaten grandmasters.
grandmasters. That's crazy.
Bro.
So how irrelevant do y'all feel right now?
Bro, if that 8-year-old beat me, I'd lay some hands on him, bro.
Like you just tipped the whole table over
Throw
front of
this
this table.
table. bunch of
You know
him in.
how many hours of work these grandmasters put in? And this kid, the hours of work these people have played chess are longer than this 8-year-old has been alive.
But that's the thing is like now it's like these 8-year-olds can get so good because like when you were a kid you had to like read a book if you wanted to get good.
Yeah.
Now these motherfuckers watch YouTube
They just play
videos. and-
simulations. All
Yeah, they're
like,
just-
they can play 12 games at once, kind of. You know,
Yeah.
Gotta feel good to be that first grandmaster that lost.
Dude, that's
And
the
he's-
adjective.
and well, I mean, like, he's like, oh, I lost to an 8-year-old, 5-month-old kid. That's the record. Weeks later, another one beats another grandmaster.
Dude,
Whew.
but being,
You know?
Oh yeah, it didn't last long.
Yeah.
That's insane though.
I,
Like,
don't, I think like I'd rather be
I
the
wouldn't-
second guy that lost.
I'm
You
not
know?
a suicidal person, but I think I'd have suicidal ideations after that. I'm not even kidding. Like, it'd make me reevaluate everything.
I'd never hit a child.
An
but
8-year-old.
in that situation, bro, I'd strongly consider just a little jabbing him to the
And the
face,
thing
bro.
was, it wasn't even speed chess, which is I guess like different. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a totally different kind of variant. Like it was like official tournament style, and he beat him.
Straight up thinking
Mano y mano,
deeply.
except he's
Yeah.
Mano y boyo.
The best you got. That's
Mano y niño. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think that would be right.
It's
Mano
really
y
just
niño.
more embarrassing for the grandmaster, to be honest.
I mean, it's
You know?
terrible.
Do you lose your grandmaster status? Do they like strip you of your grandmaster?
And then, like as soon as the
status?
game's over, like somebody's like, brings
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
come over to the back, come over to the back.
Sorry. Here, take that back.
They
Get back.
rip up a certificate. Very
You just hear a guy in the
ceremoniously.
back screaming, "No!"
They literally throw you out of the house like
Oh,
Jazzy
God.
Jeff from Fresh
Why do they
Prince.
call them grandmasters? Do you know? 'Cause all that gives me like Ku Klux vibes.
I don't know. Probably not related.
I hope
hopefully.
not.
Aren't
Yeah.
those grand wizards?
But then, like, it's all the root of things. Yeah, thank you for looking that up, Brandon.
Yeah, I don't know the. I think there's like master and then.
Let me see if I can find where it originates from. I'll just chime in if that happens.
I topped out well before any of that. These 8-year-olds would kick my ass.
No, yeah. I mean, did you play in high school? Were you like a chess club?
Yeah. We won state. It's not a big deal.
Oh, so you're pretty good. Yeah, this guy's over here smirking. Look at him. He's like,
I'd fuck that 8-year-old up.
Fuck that kid.
It's funny because like once you get above a certain level, like I've rarely played anybody a second time ever since high school.
Yeah,
because they're just like, well, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But like anyone that seriously dedicates their life to it, they clean the floor with me.
It's just like basketball. So like, I remember Brian Scalabrine beat the shit out of all. Like people were making fun of he's like, you never played.
Oh yeah.
And then like he did a tournament to have the privilege to play him, and then he beat the fuck out. Like the most anyone scored against him was 1 point.
Well, and these were like guys that played like college basketball.
Yeah, these guys were good.
Yeah. People talked about him. He's like, I'm closer to LeBron than you guys are to me.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Like, but that's the thing is like, I used to hoop and. There's certain guys, like NBA players, like the worst guy in the NBA will mop the floor with the best guy you know, and it won't be close. Like, I remember and people, there's always those dudes that are like, oh, I can beat the WNBA players. Bro, I remember I went to the rec center one time, and there was this, like, woman, Cynthia Cooper. She was, like, good in the WNBA. But I've never seen grown men so embarrassed. She'd be like, where do you want me to score from? Right there? No, stand right there. And she'd just pull up buckets in their eye, bro.
Well, I mean,
destroying them.
The shooting factor, man, like, elite shooters as women are.
Well, they were playing one-on-one, so it wasn't even like. Oh yeah, Caitlin Clark
was creating shots.
Yeah, she was getting her shot. Like it wasn't like they weren't trying to like defense or like they were trying, bro. They just had no chance.
Oh yeah, there's levels.
Yeah, there is levels to this. Caitlin Clark, and I'm still there. Like, no, I can take that bitch. I got her, dude. I can fucking beat her, dude. I'm gonna be like that guy. I'm like that chess master, the grandmaster that loses to the 8-year-old. Bro, these girls are gonna be cooking you out here.
The grandmaster term comes from a Russian czar.
Okay.
Like in the 1800s, awarded it to the winners of a chess tournament, and then it became popular eventually.
I know, like, for the longest time, the best players in the world.
Yeah, weren't all those guys like the
until like Bobby Fischer beat him.
Bobby Fischer
beat
150-year run. Or Spassky,
like
in the 60s.
That's why Russia hates America. We are going to get back. Like they're still trying it.
That and making it to the moon in 11 years. That's insane.
Man.
Makes you wonder if it happened. All right.
Yeah, I gotta ask about that. Here's the thing about the moon. I know this is the thing.
Oh God.
But here's the thing, right? We said we could have in the 60s.
Actually,
no one else has been. Apparently, no one else besides Americans have ever walked on the moon. So, do you think that other countries aren't trying to go to the moon, or do you think that they're not able to go to the moon, or do you think we didn't even walk on the moon? Like something's got to give.
I mean,
aren't the Chinese like about to do it?
I think that they're about to launch one there. I didn't know it would be the first
time. We're talking about a moon base, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Like a moon base race.
But we went in the 60s, though. And no one else since that time has gone? Like, that's almost, we're going on, like, what, 70 years or so? Or like 50 years?
Not only were the only country that's gone, we then retired from going.
We're done. So good. Yeah, we were that 8-year-old walking on the moon, bro.
We hung up our own number, like, good luck.
We retired our moon jersey, bro.
The audacity to think that you could get up there and then get back.
But no one else has done it. Like, you don't think that all these other countries with, like, tech, like, they wouldn't have been like, yeah, we walked on the moon, too? I don't know. There's something.
Ben is clearly not a believer.
Listen.
Maybe other countries are just better at allocating resources than we are.
Yeah, like look at these motherfuckers wasting billions.
$4 billion to find some rocks.
$4 billion in 1960, like it was like 40 billion, or like trillions of dollars.
It's not like all these other countries are taking care of their citizens that well either. So what the fuck are you spending your money on? So walk on the moon, snitches.
Okay. Damn, like this is like we hit a personal chord. I think. Okay. Next topic is going to be, did you guys hear about the record-holding marathon runner that died in a car accident?
Yeah.
24 years old.
Yeah, that kipped him.
Yeah, Kelvin kipped him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Bro,
could y'all imagine being the best at something at 24 and then just being...
Bro, this is why anyone that's like, oh, I eat healthier so I live longer. I'm like, you're full of shit, bro. That's not gonna save you, dog. You fucking think being vegan's gonna save you, bro?
No, there's no guarantees.
Bro. Like that's why I'm like, I don't even trip on that shit. It's like, fuck it. I'm gonna live now because you can be in the best shape of your life. I'm gonna live and then get hit by a car and it's a fucking wrap.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how that dude is in. Because those motherfuckers, there's like a village.
He literally ran. I looked at the time that the record was, and I divided it by 26.2. This motherfucker was averaging like a 4 minute 20-second mile.
Yeah, which is crazy.
During the marathon.
People couldn't even break 4 minute miles
For like the longest
yeah,
time.
and
And then
then
he's just
like-
started just pacing that, just like, I'm out here.
Why
It's
does
like,
he even need a car? Like, what?
He's just
Damn.
Respect to the
No,
you know,
yeah, but I feel you. Like, he could have just.
And how do you get, dodging out of the
That's
way?
very
I
valid.
bro, in Austin traffic, he would have been running right by you on 35, bro. Just,
At a certain point, just pull over and just pull up.
I feel like that's why the news went viral, because there's a sense of irony of, marathon runner dies by car.
didn't see
Who
that
would
one
have
coming,
watched
did
it?
you?
Like, so when he got hit by a car, no, he was in it.
In a
He was
car
in the car.
accident. Yeah.
What do you think is the percentage of people that could even run under a 5 minute mile just in general, much less 420 pace? Like, how many people do you think could even run
The amount
one
of people,
420
the
minute
amount
mile?
of people
I don't
that
think I
run
could
miles
run
regularly.
Under a
it's
10
less
minute
than-
mile.
it's-
That's done, man.
So I'm proud whenever my mile's like under 8 minutes.
I
Like,
haven't ran on a
but-
mile since
yeah,
college.
but, like,
Jeez.
I don't think I've run a quarter mile.
like if I ran a mile today, I feel like my time would be around 8:45. I guess.
Oh man,
Very confident about that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've run with my dog here and there, so
Oh, okay.
I have a ballpark on what it would be around. But that being said, what's crazy about cardio is like if you were to run like every single day for like 2 weeks straight, and say your time's 8:45 for a mile, by that end of the 2 weeks, it might be down to 8 minutes. It's like it drops off super fast at
Sure,
first. It's
sure.
kinda
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Your body
But then
gets,
there's like a
gotta say something,
Yeah.
Brendan? Or-
Yeah, a bunch of websites basically said 0.01% of people could run under a 5-minute mile.
guaranteed. bro.
0.01%.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm telling you, like it's
And it's like probably like a certain amount of ability in general.
no,
Like,
because that's the thing. You have to be like decently athletic. Like when I was in like
Yeah.
high school and I ran track in like college and stuff like that, I think the fastest mile I ever ran was real close to just under 5 minutes, and that was like me training and like being in the best shape of my life and running,
That's
being like a
impressive as
good
fuck.
enough athlete to run college track.
Oh yeah.
So like just the baseline of having just like the body that can like push that hard. I don't even. They say after after the age of 35, it's like 95% of adults will never sprint again in the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I'm out.
It's like a really. Yeah. When was, and I had thought about that. I was like, when was the last time you fully sprinted? Like went on a full ass
You
sprint.
see it all the time where like two people line up and then the older person like is trying to do their best to win the race and they just fucking eat it and everyone's like, oh, and it's
Or they
like,
pull a hammy or something like that. That's
Yeah.
probably you're gonna hurt yourself trying to just sprint. Like I don't. I mean, at this point, if I have to sprint, it's probably
humbling.
over for me, dude.
Getting older is humbling because whenever I see somebody like on one of those carts, like with like either their Achilles tore or like their ACL tore, I'm like,
Ugh.
damn, what happened? It's like I was playing basketball.
Yeah, I was-
or just some casual. It's just
I was exercising moderately, like a 7-year-old child. And pulled my
I was
MCL.
at a 20% incline on the treadmill. Jesus Christ.
Oh man,
So
and it's the worst now when I watch sports and I'm just like, I am now the old head. Like all these kids are
Yep.
so much younger than me. Like guys my age are now retiring.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck,
no,
bro.
yeah, like
No
whatchamacallit,
good.
Aaron Rodgers is like a fucking fossil and he's like 2-3 years older than me.
He's all I have left. I think he's a little older.
That's all I have left.
You got LeBron, bro. You're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got LeBron.
Listen, think about this. LeBron was drafted in 2003. There's not one other person left from his draft in the league. The only other person left I want to say from between 2003 to 2005 drafts is CP3.
Yeah, it might be.
And like both of them are still like top like 60 players.
Which is wild.
That's
but also,
insane.
but also, like, you talk about like LeBron and how much like what he does for his body. He's like militant on
Yeah,
like how
oh,
he
yeah.
takes care of his body. Like,
That's
he
what's
has to
he's
be.
the rare thing of like the expectation was there. He met it, but he also had the discipline. Like he had all the measurables that are needed to be great, but he also pushed himself.
Yeah.
Which is like insane. And like that's why he's one of my favorite athletes of all time because like you never hear anything like, oh, he hit a woman or something. Like it's nothing like that. Like
Don't have time for that.
I can't be out here hitting bitches. I gotta be in the
Peak
gym.
for 18 years, man. Like
he
21
got
years.
drafted in 2003.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a hyperbaric chamber at the crib. I ain't got time for the club, bro.
As soon as they blow the whistle, he just lays in a pod.
Bro,
you know,
straight
like-
up, they said that like one of the other players was
Yeah,
talking. He's like, I
that
used to
was-
play with LeBron, and he's like, after the game, like other players would be like drinking beers and shit. LeBron would be in an ice tub like immediately, like spending like a half hour in the ice tub, and they're like doing all like.
Right?
after the game, they're just chilling, and LeBron's already in the ice tub, like already getting ready for the next game.
Like a billionaire several times over. Time for my dinner of plain rice and a chicken breast. Like,
the discipline. It's like, Jesus.
Bro, I'm like, shit. It's impressive.
But it's the push for greatness, you know?
I don't, like, I remember everyone's always talking like, oh, like Mamba mentality. I'm like, I don't think I got Mamba mentality, bro. Like, I don't think
like if that's what it takes, you can have it,
bro.
You can have it. I'm good.
I ain't got it, bro.
If anything, I have like garden snake
I
mentality.
got daddy long legs mentality.
I'm lucky
bro.
if I'm a worm, to be honest.
Let's be real.
Not on that level.
I don't think how many people really got it. Like Kobe, like, yeah, he's like, they're talking to Kobe. He's like, yeah, I used to wake up at 5 in the morning and I'd do one training session. Then I'd sleep for 3 hours, do a middle one. Now I can do 3 training sessions.
Jerry Rice was the same way, though.
Yeah, that's why they're all greats. Like, there's like one guy every like 30 years that has that in them.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to get everyone else to do it. How many people you know? I'm like, bro,
that are millionaires at 20-something millionaires disciplined enough.
Yeah, but there's also levels of discipline. Like, there's guys that are good in professional sports that are going to have good careers, make an all-star team or whatever. And they don't even have the discipline level of, like, those guys.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's why, like, they're elite for, like, 12 years. They don't make it 20-plus years.
Yeah. That shit is nuts. I'm like, bro, I'd probably be elite for, like, 1 year of my life if I really dedicated it to it. I could get, like, one elite year out of this limit. 1 year, and then I'd be like, bro, that was a lot. I can't do this again.
It's all-encompassing if you can be that great.
I'm a mentality, bro. I ain't got it.
Do you guys watch the John Oliver show by chance?
I do.
Did you watch the most recent episode?
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch it?
I used to watch it a lot. I don't watch it. I haven't
the most
watched it
recent episode was really good. Basically, everyone in here knows who Clarence Thomas is.
That motherfucker.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
He's probably rocking those Trump 45 shoes out there.
Yeah, right. He's the first one to order.
He got some free pairs.
Yeah, of course. You know he got some free pairs.
Oh my God. So for those who don't know, Clarence Thomas is a Supreme Court justice. He's the black Supreme Court justice that they replaced Thurgood Marshall with, which is one of the most disrespectful moves in the history of history. To replace Thurgood Marshall with Clarence Thomas is fucking insane. But
black guy, it's fine. They won't notice.
That's what's crazy. Is like, we gotta keep a black guy in there. Let's put in Clarence. It's like, God damn, the disrespect.
Clarence they might as well put in Uncle Ruckus, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
like, he's the real life Uncle Ruckus, bro. That dude is a fucking
I went to the African American Museum in DC, the new one, and they had a little area for him, and I was like, don't even give him that.
Trade that shit out for the Boondocks.
Yeah, nah, fuck this motherfucker. But basically, on the show, he broke down how much, like, you've heard about he's been getting a lot of bribes and stuff. Like, like he gets, like, he goes on vacation a lot. And he's from all these billionaires and everything. And so he was like, they all say that they do it for all their friends, so it's not like they're doing it for bribery. He's one of their friends. And he was like, well, if that's the case, I want to, he's like, during it, he's like talking about Clarence Thomas. He shows interviews where Clarence Thomas talks about Supreme Court justices don't get paid shit for what they do and everything. And he's like, I'm offering you $1 million every year for the rest of either your life or my life if you step down within the next 30 days. And he's like, and to put on top of that, like during the thing, like he showed like his obsession is he has this motorhome vehicle that's like worth like $250,000 that like he's souped up and everything. It's really dope.
Also a gift.
A gift that was given to him because he can't afford something like that. And like he went to the back. He's like, I got something that's a sweetener on top. And he goes to the back and he has a $2.5 million RV that like has like a king size bed. Like it's I've never seen anything like it.
Is that spinners?
That's the only thing that was missing.
That would have been a good touch.
That would have been amazing. But like, so he's like, I'll give you this on top. He's like, you have 30 days to respond, basically. So
do you think he'll respond?
Of course not.
No, he's not gonna. He's not even gonna respond to it. But he's like, if you're worried about, he's like, I don't even know how this is legally possible. But I've looked it up. It's totally legal that I'm doing this, basically.
Well, that's the
whole point of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because like, why would he give it up? He's gonna keep getting free perks around the year from everyone else anyway.
Yeah, and he's like, if you're worried about like your friends no longer giving you gifts because you're not a Supreme Court justice, well then at least now you know who your real friends are. So it's like it's really well done part. But
I love John Oliver though.
He's so good. I mean, like he's so good that like he was too good to go back for the Daily Show. You know what I mean? Like,
I used to watch his bits on the Daily Show. They were the best. Yeah. Like John Oliver was like prime Daily Show like correspondent.
I think that's like really what I took home from this because like that was really fun. And the next night, Jon Stewart's back. Yeah. On the Daily Show.
He's back on the Daily Show?
Only on Mondays, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just Mondays.
And like that being said, like he's been on 2 episodes. They've been the highest rated episodes since.
Well, and he's still got his
He did.
fastball. He cracked.
Yeah. Oh, that show is catered to his sensibility.
But his second week was just all about Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't seen the second episode.
And like that's funny, but like I think it's more fruitful to like pick apart the Supreme Court's ethics and be like, oh, Fox News still sucks.
Yeah.
20 years later, they're still shitty.
Tucker Carlson's off of Fox News, right? So he does his like.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh sorry, yeah. He's just on Twitter now.
Yeah. He's just on fucking X.
Oh, he's on X.
I'll never call it X. It will forever be Twitter. You're not fooling me, Elon Musk. You fucking took Twitter.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Elon Musk with an X.
Yeah, Musk. He changed his name.
Understand.
I'm surprised he didn't change his name. His kids' names are stupid. Have you heard his kids' names?
Yeah, it's like ampersand,
bro,
colon, semicolon.
Your kids are either going to be like
noise.
Yeah, they're either going to be like rock stars or commit suicide with names like that. Like you can't like there's a football player. His name was DeBrickashaw Ferguson. If your name is DeBrickashaw, either you're going pro or you're gonna get bullied into suicide. Like there's no in between. Yeah.
There's DeBrickashaw makes you work out a little harder. I feel like.
Bro, I'm saying if your name is DeBrickashaw, you're like I gotta make it to the league, bro. Like I can't be out here with DeBrickashaw and work as an accountant. Like
everything's just gonna be cool.
Yeah, you're not gonna work in the office. Oh yeah, do you have those reports, DeBrickashaw? Like that's not your life.
So what should we call it? In Tennessee, random segue, but we're doing it. A police officer on his first month on duty got into an argument with a woman. He got mad at how much she was arguing, talking back to him. He handcuffed her and put her in the back seat. He was driving her to the police precinct. While driving her there, bragging about, hey, I just made my first arrest, basically. Drove into the river on accident.
You got to talk into the mic.
He drove into the river on accident. He drowned. She drowned. They both died. So what do y'all think when y'all hear that story?
Was
That's
quite
insane.
a segue. I read about this. It's kind of nuts because you're like, you hear like, oh, he was texting, he accidentally drove in the river.
Yeah.
And it's
like, how do you fuck up that bad?
It's very tragic. It sucks. Okay, whatever. But then when you go look, it's like a boat ramp. It's like a solid quarter-mile of signs that say like road ends 1,500 feet, road ends 1,000 feet. Road's it's like a slow descent into the river.
He must be sending a paragraph.
Yeah, he didn't like go over the bridge or something.
That's crazy.
He like
so it's Darwinistic.
Straight up drove into the water.
So do you think the woman in the back was like, "Hey, we're drowning"? He's like, "Shut up, bitch!" Like, what did you think was happening at the time? Like, when she did,
I swear to God, if you keep back talking to me.
Hey, yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'll kill us both. I don't give a fuck." Like, what was it? Like,
I'll drive this car straight up a boat ramp.
I swear to God,
I swear, you shut up there. I'll get you. Like,
fucking crazy.
What do you think was going on? I that would be the worst way to go because, like,
that would be terrible.
Drowning is the worst because one, imagine being handcuffed in that thing and you're like, there's no way fucking out.
Yeah.
So you're just like watching and feeling.
You resolve to your
fate slowly.
Like you go to those 5 stages real quick.
So what was he doing? Like he wasn't handcuffed. How come he couldn't get out?
His whole death was Darwinistic. It sounds.
He just drowned in the mud, man. I don't know.
he was still texting.
Also,
I gotta get this text.
Also, apparently, he just texted his wife the word arrest. That's all that came through. Yeah.
What was it?
And she.
Duncan's a pundit on the scene, right?
Presumed. I got when you're like, I'm gonna read several articles about something. Like, what is going on here? He's 2 months.
I gotta look into this. No.
He's 2 months on the job as a cop. And this is his first
I was to say, he wasn't even doing it for he was doing it for less than a season.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that the police here get minimal training. Like in other countries, they're gonna give someone a gun. They go through police school for like years.
Yeah.
We go through more middle school than we do for cops. Like kids spend longer in kindergarten and preschool than they do to become a police officer.
They get 6 weeks, which is like shorter than an improv class.
That's crazy.
And it's 6 weeks of like the world is out to get you.
Bro,
be as confrontational as possible.
That's why his improvising text messaging sucked. He couldn't even improvise a text, bro. Go to improv class. You get more time in improv than police officer training is a wild thing. It's a wild thing for someone that's going to be carrying the weapons and have the power to just murder people. It's like, yeah, dude, you got 6 weeks, bro. What?
Lives in your hand.
Now here's your license to kill. Jesus. Real quick last story is 2 quick parter. A guy got a Valentine's Day card from his mom for the scratch off, won $1 million. Other story, $36 million went unclaimed in Florida. Somebody won the mega prize in Florida. They had 90 days to come and claim it, and they never did. What do y'all think? Do you think they died?
It was that black woman in the back of the car.
And with that, we're gonna go to the topics. Okay.
Oh boy.
You guys each bring 2 topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start one. I'll start one.
How
right,
does
okay.
it work? What do we
All
do?
right. The way we're gonna do it is we're gonna start with me first for 5 minutes. We're gonna go with my topic, and then we're gonna go to your topic for 5 minutes, and your topic for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna do one more rotation of this.
Likewise. All right.
All right. So my first topic I want to talk about is the movie Madam Web and the rhetoric around it being fucking god awful. Do you guys like comic book movies? Are you guys in the demographic of people that enjoy that?
I do. Yeah. You know, I don't take them as seriously as I used to. But
Okay.
I see most. Of
Did
them.
you used to get disappointed too much? Is that what it was, or
Absolutely was.
okay? Without a doubt.
I used to watch like all the Marvel movies, like and stuff. Now I still watch them, but I'm not like as into them as I was.
You
before.
pick and choose which one.
Yeah,
you
like I kind of go through, and I just.
What was the line on that Endgame? After that, you kind of cashed out, or when was it?
I think so. I think after Endgame, after I watched Black Panther 2, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I saw a comic talk about how he's like, I was watching Black Panther, and the moment that I realized that they literally made the Mexican hero's weakness his back getting wet, like I almost walked out the theater. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, it's so true, because that's literally what his weakness was. He got his back wet and it fucked him up.
Wow.
Did you notice that?
I didn't. Yeah. No.
Now you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the whole.
It was right there all along.
It's too
just
easy.
just like Jefferson Davis being the name of Miles Davis's dad.
A fucking irony, bro.
It's like the president of the Confederation. Y'all slick motherfucker. Fine, it's fine. They always try to get one over on us, but that's neither here nor there. What this makes me want to talk about is going to the movie theater. What's the first movie that comes to mind when I ask you this? What is the worst movie that you saw in theaters? Or what is a movie that you've walked out on while you saw it in theaters? I'll go first while y'all think about it if you want.
Sure.
Some people love this movie, so it's kind of controversial, but Blades of Glory, I walked out of that piece of shit. That movie was fucking awful.
Blades of Glory.
You're crazy, man.
Yeah,
You're crazy.
I
that
thought
shit
Blades
was
of Glory
fucking
was
awful.
kind of funny.
I guess I'm
Rocks.
literally, like I
What?
told you, it's controversial.
I mean,
I didn't watch it in theaters, but I thought it was kind of funny.
I'm
Like,
not
oh
here
my
to
God.
just say it's the greatest comedy of all time or anything.
Right.
But what about Will Ferrell's career to that point and the marketing for Blades of Glory led you to be so
You're right. I brought it on myself.
misled by
Yeah.
what it turned out to
This
be?
is bullshit.
I mean,
This is
That's
bullshit.
exactly what I thought it was gonna be. You know.
You know what?
There-
Make a valid point.
Did you like have a respect for
Duncan,
figure
I
skating?
didn't,
with
I didn't
the-
expect the interrogation, okay? I just thought we were all going to go in a round circle.
All right,
talking
all right, all right.
about- But you're absolutely right. I'm the one fucking up like on that. You were absolutely right.
I don't know if I've ever left anything, but
It was a Viking movie also I left.
as long as which one?
It was,
Valhalla
The
Rising.
Northman.
yes.
That one sucked.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
so
tried.
you agree with me on that?
That
I'm
one
with you.
sucked.
I tried watching that at home, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
No, yeah, it
bullshit?
was
I
just kinda
turned
like-
that shit off.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this.
No,
But I was just like, maybe it's going to get good.
It was the
It's not going to get good.
never
the
got good.
third X-Men movie.
Oh.
X-Men 3: The Last Stand,
Oh, yeah.
directed by Brett Ratner. That I
He's like, the only thing missing from that was that piece of shit.
That fucking cuck.
it turns out he's a real piece of shit.
No, he is a piece of shit, yeah.
But I just specifically remember sort of stepping outside of myself that night because I was hanging out with my friends after and literally saying things like Professor X wouldn't do that, you guys. And I was just like, you got to take this shit less seriously, bro. Like, can you hear yourself right now?
You gotta calm down.
You're way too worked up.
Okay, so what about you?
I was gonna say I've never really walked out of a
It's
movie
fun.
because I will watch it all the way through so I can badmouth it later because that's who I am, very petty. But there was one. There was
You're
one.
going to make me spend my money.
Yeah, if I spent the money, I'm gonna be there. But there was one movie. I can't even remember the name of this movie. It's like right after Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon came out, and there was like another movie that tried to do the same thing. I was in like high school,
Sure.
and me and my cousin went to go watch
Shaolin
this.
monks or something?
Some bullshit like that.
House of Flying Daggers.
It was something lame. Me and my cousin went to go see this movie, and the theater was packed. And about halfway through this movie, we're like, this is some bullshit. And we first were just talking to each other like, yo, this shit sucks.
Yeah.
But then people were like, hell yeah. And then so we just were like, oh, we started roasting this movie out loud. And the whole theater was cracking up.
He's like,
People-
and Ben's like, and that's when I realized I wanted to do stand-up
that
comedy.
was my first stand-up comedy set. I killed in there.
Roasted
But like,
it.
bro, I just remember people coming up after the movie like, bro, you made that movie worth it. That rest of the movie was trash. Like, we literally talked, I shit you not, for like 30, 45 minutes of this movie. Me and my cousin just like and just doing like out loud analysis, having the whole theater cracked up. That's how shitty this movie was. I've never seen a movie in theaters that bad again.
You know what's funny is I saw Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon about 2 weeks ago for the first time at Draft House.
Really? Yeah, that one was good. That's why we thought it was gonna be good, and it was.
But I didn't get the ending. Like her just jumping off the bridge at the end.
I can't remember.
She just jumps off the bridge to get away from the guy, I guess. I don't know. Like if I ever got rejected like that, like I would just probably.
That came out when I was in high school. I was so clueless about international cinema.
That's why I missed it.
I was like, why are they flying in the middle? Like, what's going on?
How high
Chinese
am I?
people,
right?
Chinese people can fly. It just doesn't.
Have you believing that there's a league full of Jeremy Lins and shit?
You were like, that's just part of it. I'm like, why did you start in the middle? Then? What?
But
they
okay.
couldn't fly in the beginning.
Sure. What topic did you want to talk about?
I've little fun fact. I always like to bring up a historical fact.
Okay.
We all know the game Monopoly, classic board game. It was actually started as a game called the Landlord's Game by a lady in Delaware in 1903, and it was supposed to. You could play it two ways. One way is the way that we all know it today.
Yeah.
But her whole point was to prove that sucks. So you could play it another way where all the rent goes to the state, and it illustrates a economic philosophy called Georgianism. And so she just wanted little kids to be like, oh, the other way with landlords and shit is so unfair. We should change the way everything works.
She wanted to bring anarchy down on the system?
Yeah, basically? But like low key with a board game.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, so not communism, because communism has to happen through violence.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know what her actual. I don't know if she was like Emma Goldman about it or whatever. But like 20 years later, she sold the patent to Parker Brothers for like $50, and they
said,
just
fuck the other.
They
side.
were like, yeah, we'll just go with the one that reinforces capitalism. That's it.
Man, you can't.
We've all had bills and non-universal health care ever since.
Yeah. And now we all just play Monopoly, and we're like, "Boy, I wish I owned a hotel someday."
What kind of style player when it comes to Monopoly are y'all? Do y'all like have like a stash where you put like to the side so people don't know how much money you really have? Because I used to do that when I was a kid.
Oh, you hid your bank?
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm almost broke." That's what you thought. I got $300 $500 bills over here.
You know, I do. I like to play against kids. Like I got 16 nieces and nephews, and I used to work at like daycare centers.
Until you come against an 8-year-old.
Until I come across that 8-year-old that kills me. But for the rest of the time, I like to dominate and send a message.
Have you ever hit any of your nieces or nephews for beating you?
I've never. No, I don't hit.
You raise that possibility.
Yeah,
you
listen. Trust me, that 8-year-old, because I wouldn't have time. But my nieces and nephews, I'm much smarter than them, right? So even if they beat me at anything, I pick them apart mentally, and that's what I like to do. Really just dig in there and just really break them down.
Real quick, can you show us the landlord side of that board game real quick? Oh, so that was the original?
Yeah.
Okay. The Poorhouse. Tell me more.
Or, it's the landlord's game. So it's like, I think there were two sides of the board even or something.
Huh. That's so funny. Fuck you, Parker Brothers.
I know.
And that woman was mad. I bet you she was so mad once they made a gajillion dollars off of it and she sold it for $50. It was like
how much did she sell it for?
Like $50. So like
what year was this?
$20,000 today or whatever,
Yeah.
Not a lot.
It's like the guy that sold Victoria's Secret. He made Victoria's Secret for his wife.
Sure.
And then he sold it to whatever company that bought it, and then they turned it into like a gajillion-dollar company. He ended up committing suicide, I believe, from that.
Damn.
Yeah, he jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Golden Gate, but he committed suicide.
They, mention it in the movie Social Network, so I assume it's true.
Social Network.
I heard it in a movie. Yeah. That was a documentary, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how the story went down. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, have y'all ever seen that show?
Golden Gate Bridge?
Yep. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. That's random trivia.
How much did he sell it for? Do you remember how much he sold it for?
I'll find that out real quick.
Yeah, because he sold it for like a measly amount, and then when it became
$15,000 or
something like, it might have even been like $4 million or something like that, but then it became like $1 billion.
Put it in perspective.
Yeah.
So $1 million. Wow.
Damn. Yeah, that's a fail.
That.
I mean, like that whole story is a bummer in the abstract, but like I'd like $1 million.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you could have.
It's not worth killing yourself over. That's.
I would be jealous about the eventual.
You got guys not claiming 36 million. I mean, I'm not killing myself over that. But
I feel like if I had even any like a little money, I would have no perspective on it. If I had $1 million, it would be the same as if I had $1 billion.
Oh yeah, I
mean, know what I mean?
On some level, like if you have, for example,
like, what do you need?
Having $50 million versus having $250 million, like what's the fucking difference?
someone was pointing like there was a whole thing that it said like in terms of how much money like is like really changing, and it was like anywhere from like 1 million to like 50 million is like a level, and then from like 50 million plus to like 450 million or like 500 million or whatever.
It's long range.
It's like the same.
Yeah.
But then like from 400 like 50 million to like under a billion, it's all the same. There's no difference between 600 million and 400 million or 900 million.
Yeah.
But once you get over a billion, that's when things change. Because I think like most people don't realize the difference between a million and a billion. Like someone was like breaking it down. If you
quick, the seconds. Can you pull that up? The billion seconds versus
the seconds.
billion,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Seconds. Can you?
Yeah.
Like there's an actual number. I think it's like 32 years.
A million seconds is like 12 days.
Yeah.
A billion seconds is like 33 years.
Yeah.
It's like the difference is massive. Yeah. 11 days and a billion seconds is
32 years.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I just lived 3 years ago, a billion seconds.
Yeah, so that's why like whenever like see some like in a contract or labor dispute and people are like, oh, you're millionaires. I'm like, yeah, but they're billionaires.
Yeah,
all
they
right,
can
so
stretch this out.
yeah, if you don't understand the difference between that, I'm like, I'll never be on the billionaire
It's like
side of
the
this.
same with the NBA. There's levels.
I feel like where we went wrong is making them rhyme. You know, it just sounds very similar.
Yeah, that's how they trick you.
Millionaire, billionaire.
Million, billion.
What's the difference? One letter?
A letter.
We
whatever.
just
Give
we
me
just
that.
lump them all together. They're millionaires and billionaires. Like, nah, bitch, they're not the same.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your turn. What do you want to talk about?
Something that's very near and dear to my heart, pickleball.
Okay.
Ooh.
I have a real. So here's my.
Have you
thing.
ever, real quick, who here, have you played pickleball before? I never played. Have you played before? You're the only one here that's ever played.
No, I've never played pickleball.
I'm
This
a tennis
motherfucker
player.
here. Okay, plot twist.
Yeah, so this is the so why so I started playing tennis like a year ago or so, and I've played it like maybe like 10 or 12 times. I like tennis. I always played ping pong, but I feel like I watched pickleball on TV one time, and I was like, this looks so fucking stupid. You know how dumb you look when you play pickleball? So then I spent my whole time now roasting pickleball. I've roasted pickleball and pickleball players so much, I can now no longer put myself to play pickleball. And the real fear is, I like tennis. I like ping pong. I'm afraid I'll like it. And then all the shit I talked about it, I'm now going to be that person.
You know what's dope is I saw on ESPN they had like some legend tennis players like playing like doubles of pickleball. Like they're like way older. Like it was like McEnroe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
And like Sampras was playing. Like they had like some real players playing in this pickleball tournament. And I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool to see like them playing together. But at the same time, like I don't know, like. I just like I was talking about earlier. Like whenever I see somebody on one of those carts, I just makes me never want to. I might start running around a lot again if I have a kid or something. But otherwise, I'm kind of just not trying to get hurt.
I can't put myself to play it, and I just like judge everyone that does. And so then I had to like double down on my love for tennis. So I started watching that Breakpoint on Netflix. Have you watched that show?
No.
It's pretty much like it goes into the lives of these tennis players and like their mindsets and tournaments and stuff. And you just watch people like mentally crumble in real time. That shit is amazing to watch because like tennis is like if you play basketball, you fuck up. You got your teammates to like pick you up, but like tennis, it's just you.
Yeah.
And then like someone will be winning, they'll be like at like a match point, and then they'll lose the point, then they lose the game, and you just watch them spiral to the point they're breaking their racket. They can't hit their serves in bounds.
What call it? My main sport I played growing up was the one that I was best at technically was wrestling. Like I did it since I was 4, all the way through high school and everything, and I don't know, man. Like when it comes to like one-on-one sports, a lot of times that's when you see like repeat matchups being dominated by one side because the psychological aspect of losing to this one person, like one-on-one, it's like it is what it is. Like I remember to this day, like I got third in state in Delaware when I was 12. I remember who I lost to on the winner's side of the bracket. His name was Brandon Hazel. Like I remember to this day because like
he owns you.
He beat the shit out of me in my match. I was like, it was a humbling experience. Like I hadn't lost a match up until that point that season. And then, like, he beat me, like, 7-1. And I was just like, well, levels. Like you were talking about earlier, there's always levels, you know. So
and well, that's the thing you find out is there's always going to be someone that's bigger and badder than you. Yeah. And the worst part is the day you find out that like everyone's like, just try your best. And then you find out your best isn't good enough.
Not even close, dude.
Bro, that's the day that wrecks you as a human being, bro. When you find out your best is not good enough.
Let's get an anecdotal story real quick from a D1 athlete in the corner. Give us a story.
Yeah. Going from like I was balling in junior college, and then I got a D1 scholarship, and I went there, and instantly I was just like, oh, there are so much better athletes. Like the other DN was just the same height as me, like 20 pounds heavier, and ran a 4.4. And I was just like, well, I'm never gonna be able to do that. It's over. I've lost. There's nothing I can do.
Bro, that shit is real.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I got to
It's like,
see.
you're like, this is it. Okay.
It's over. Okay, yeah, all right. I should start thinking about the future.
Hey, I'm getting my school paid for.
Maybe I should go to class.
Yeah.
I remember when I walked onto the track team at CSU, and I was a pretty good athlete. You know, I was like a state competitor, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the first days of practice, one of the coaches is like, Bosunga. That's me. He's like, why are Janae's legs twice as big as yours? And I look over, and there's this girl whose legs are the size of my head. And I'm just like, this is who we are now.
Yeah.
And I remember we went to the weight room, and I was lifting with the high-end women. Talk about putting you in your place, bro.
I coached wrestling for 2 years, and we had I coached at the school Wagner. Our girls team won state my second year coaching there. Our boys team wasn't that good, but we had this guy that was like literally like a shit brick house at 185. Like he went on to go play D1 football at linebacker. But like, what's crazy is like I had to wrestle him at practice. Like I said, I wrestled my entire life. I would beat him at practice, but he would like. I would beat him with technique. This motherfucker would throw me down like a rag doll, like just out strength the fuck out of me at like 17 years old. And I'm like, are your parents feeding you fucking children? Like, I don't understand how this is even possible.
Yeah, those
like,
corn-fed kids.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's when you realize, like, again, like there's 2 kids that I used to teach at Judson High School where I taught at that are in the NFL right now. Like, one of them I taught him as a freshman. I looked at him and he was like 14. Like, this 14-year-old might be able to whoop my ass, like in a fight if it came to it. Like,
and that girl Janae, in my defense, she went on to win a bronze medal in the Olympics.
Okay.
So yeah, she was an
so
absolute
like,
beast.
so fuck you, coach.
Yeah, coach.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big. She was a beast. All right? I wasn't a bitch. I was strong and shit. I was fast.
So you got me over here,
bro. But that shit sticks with you, man. It's just,
no, for sure.
Yeah, that day you find out your best is not good enough sometimes.
Absolutely.
That's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it's just pickleball and senility for us. That is, I will just say, pickleball. That my litmus test for is like, I wouldn't want to explain if I got injured playing. People, you got like an ice pack. Like, what happened?
Basketball.
Like, I just played pickleball.
That's my nightmare.
With the homies. With the homies, you know, the regular.
Yeah.
We go out on Tuesdays.
The squad out there pickleball.
Yeah. All right, so it's my turn on my second topic. I saw an article. This happened actually a couple months ago, right before the new year, like late in November. These 2 daycare workers got arrested for basically making little kids at this kindergarten fight each other. Like, they had like a fight club going on at the kindergarten, like just making these like as young as 3 years old they were fighting. Like, can you pull up the article real quick, Brandon? It's fucking crazy.
Wow, I gotta say the balls on you.
So I bring this up to ask you guys a question that I always like asking people. Hypothetically, how many 3rd graders do you think you could take? That means they're 9 years old,
and they're like,
they're trying to fuck you up.
They're really going for it.
Like it's you versus a set amount, and whoever wins, like, tell me what you think your amount is, like, realistically.
3rd graders.
I feel like mine's around like 20.
20. I was gonna
maybe 15.
I was gonna go, man. Here's the thing about those motherfuckers is they're like fucking like hots, bro. Once they get on you and they take you,
once they get your arms down.
Yeah, once they get you to the ground, you're done. You gotta stay on your feet.
Yeah.
But I feel like.
But here's my thing. My strategy would be just to like rock the shit out of the first one. Make an example.
So
no matter how much they want to fuck you up, there's some reticence now.
Like, they're all more than 50 pounds. Yeah, like, I don't know, dude.
I think maybe 10. I think I could get like 10 of them because I used to work with those motherfuckers. After about 5, they could.
And if you think about it, you can like run and then like turn around and then pop, pop, and then run and then like, you know.
Do I get to train beforehand?
You get a week of training.
I get a week? I don't know. Maybe a dozen tops.
A dozen?
Maybe.
I think if a week of training, I could hit 15.
So okay. You
But
versus 12, and $10,000 is on the line.
They're big enough to be a problem.
12 for $10,000? I'm fucking the 12 up. Bro, for 10K?
He's like, I'm cracking some eggs. I'm cracking a dozen eggs.
I'm finding a way to do this. I will fucking.
Nuts.
Bro, I will find a counter, and then if they jump on, I'll fucking people's elbow like a group of them at a time, bro. Start kicking.
That's a terrifying prospect, though.
I'm telling you, when money's incentivized, like, it's kind of like you don't realize how fast you can swim until you see a shark fin behind you.
Yeah. But also, you ever seen the movie Kids?
No.
It was like a 90s movie, like Kids.
Yeah, Larry
like
Clark.
Yeah. But there's a scene in there where this guy's talking shit to a bunch of like middle school or like freshmen in high school, like skateboarders. And then these kids come over and they just beat the shit out of them with their skateboards, bro. And every time I think about that shit, I'm like, that would be my nightmare, bro. Once those kids hit like 14, 15,
start
fuck
beating
that,
the
bro.
shit out of-
With some skateboards, those kids, that's terrifying, bro. That is the scariest gang of thugs I've ever heard of. Like, that is terrifying. I watched that movie. Fuck them kids. But some fucking 9-year-olds, bro, for 10K, I'd get 12 of them bitches for 10K, bro. I'd figure it out.
He like, I got bills to pay, all right?
Bro.
If they don't got bills.
Yeah, bro. Someone's getting kicked
would.
in the head. Someone's getting punched.
They're
I'm
hoping
like,
for PS5s and shit. Fuck out
bro,
of here.
yeah, shit. You go back to mommy's house. I got shit. I got student loans, motherfucker. Like, we are figuring this shit out. I figure I could get 15 of them bitches for 10K. I'd figure that shit out very quickly.
All right. So what's your
If
next
they
topic?
win, did they get the money?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's the incentivization.
I don't want them skits to have nothing. I'll beat them just so they don't get shit. I'm beating them so they get no money, bitch. Fuck you guys.
All right. It's your turn, man.
Next topic. I recently quit all the streaming services.
All of them.
All of them.
Well, I'm just trying to do piecemeal now. Like, oh, I really want to, like, John Oliver came back. So I'm like, I'll do Max just for now. But every time the interface changes, and my question is, why can't they fix, you know, when you rewatch something and the thing is like, you wanted to watch the last few seconds of the credits, right? Like, that's what you're about. I'm like, I want to start it over, Max. And my other chief complaint is they always.
He's like, what I'm trying to say is, fuck you, man.
Also, every single one just assumes that we're all gonna have children, and gives you that default menu of like,
Oh yeah, that is true.
is it you or the kids you're never gonna have
Yeah.
that's watching? These are my two thoughts about streamers.
You know what's crazy about streaming services is that depending on
So I'm moving to Peacock.
well, depending on like when you turn yours on, everyone's is so different.
Yeah,
And I didn't realize that. And then the
No,
second
I
part
agree.
thing I didn't realize was how much like pay to play there is in streaming services. Like if you just want to make some bullshit ass movie, like Kevin Hart keeps making movies. Kevin Hart has some funny specials, right?
Sure.
But I've never heard of somebody who can make so many mediocre ass movies and just keep being allowed to make movies. You've never watched the Kevin Hart movie and be like, that shit was killer.
What's does he have a deal with one of the streamers?
I don't know, bro. He just keeps coming out with movies and they
I know
just
he's-
keep being
I
mediocre
saw
as
a poster
fuck.
for Borderlands that looked pretty dope.
He's in Borderlands?
Have you seen the? Can you pull up the Borderlands poster real quick?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I'm just saying,
Have you
all the
did
movies.
y'all play that game?
No,
I never got
It's
it.
a fun game.
not a gamer.
Oh, you're not.
Not a gamer.
I had
Again,
to-
I'm
I had to-
That's the
surprised.
last system you owned.
I had to. N64. Yeah,
Damn.
not gonna lie.
Ooh, Mario Kart on the N64
So, yeah,
might be
that's
the
him
greatest.
up in the top right.
Much like the X-Men 3 moment, with video games, I was like, this is gonna be your whole life, man.
Who
You
is
gotta-
that
you
main,
gotta
who's the
pivot
main
away.
guy?
It's kind of like when if a woman learns to roll a blunt at like 15, like you know what I mean, like her friend circle could totally change versus like leaving that people. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, she's dope as fuck. She's one of the boys as far as I'm concerned.
If she rolls a blunt, she's in.
Y'all ever have someone like that that's just like, oh my god,
Wait, real
roll
quickly.
that shit up.
Who's the main guy in
Maybe
that?
I guess I'm alone on that. So,
I hung out with
who's
a
the
ton
main
of
guy
girls
in
when
this,
I was
by the way?
15. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't smoke weed at 15.
I didn't smoke weed till I
Yeah,
was
me
18.
neither.
Yeah, I didn't smoke weed till like my sophomore year in college.
Actually, that's not even true. I didn't smoke weed until I was a 20.
Who's in this?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
Huh.
who else is in this movie.
But I drank before 20.
I was
Mom and
drinking.
Dad,
at,
don't watch this episode, please.
like, I was drinking. At
Well,
like
there's a lot of
13.
actors that are gonna be in this movie.
Well, I'm wondering who's like the
The main,
main like lead.
it's looking like Kevin Hart's high up on that ticker tape.
Well, I mean, he's probably the most prominent name. That dude is
I
everywhere.
mean, Jack Black's there,
Jack
Yeah.
Black?
and then they also had, I think, Susan Sarandon or Kate Blanchett. Yeah.
Kate
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Blanchett.
They all look the same.
You ever see that random side tidbit? You ever watched
Little side bit.
it's a little
You
tidbit,
son of a bitch! It's Tidbit. All right.
a little tidbit
Do you know where you're at?
in a 22 Jump Street, the second one. There's like, yeah, I thought you said one of the funniest lines is like he gives him carte blanche on the budget. He's like, we're running out of money. He's like, I thought you said we had Kate Blanchett on the budget. And that shit cracks me up.
It's a good
I
line.
missed that one. That was
Oh,
a good
bro,
line,
it's such
though.
a good line. We got Kate Blanchett on the
That's
budget.
funny.
But yeah.
I remember when he was just like, one of the lines in that movie was, it's like we're the ones that caught the Unabomber. He's like,
Yeah, his brother recognized
brother's
his
the one that
writing,
turned him in, right? Yeah.
dimed him out.
If
Yeah.
if your brother was
What a
committing
press.
like crimes and everyone was looking for, would you
Yeah,
rat your
if you're-
brother out? Because you have a twin brother.
I have a twin brother. If
Would you snitch your brother out?
If my brother was out here creating bombs that kill thousands of people, yes, I would have to rat my brother out.
Rat him out. Would you rat your brother out?
I'd rat my sister out.
Fuck
In a
that bitch.
heartbeat.
Fuck that bitch.
Unabomber only killed like 4 or 5 people.
Okay,
So
I
what
thought
if
it
your
was way
brother?
worse than
What if your brother killed 4 or 5 people? Not like thousands of people,
Yeah.
just 4 or 5. Would you rat him out?
I don't know why y'all putting me like. There's gonna be people that like a solid 12 people that are gonna see this.
Yeah.
I can't be having them. I can't have them out here seeing me.
Well, I have 4 brothers, so which brother? No, just kidding.
It depends. It depends which one.
You know what, bro? I don't know if I could do it on pure principle, but I'm not a snitch like that. But honestly, I want to say I would. That'd be tough.
I don't know because me and my brother are pretty close.
Yeah,
I would like to think I'd do the right thing.
I would like to think so, but also I don't want to be involved
I'm
in
like, hey,
police.
stop it.
Hey.
Stop it.
They'd be like, you fit the description. Ah, shit. Nah.
This motherfucker.
Nah, that bitch didn't.
Yeah, that motherfucker did.
How much heat did they put
That's
in
what R.
me?
Kelly was using as his excuse. He said, it's my twin brother in the pit. I'm like, wow, that's fucked up.
I was trapped in the closet the whole time.
Yeah,
No, I'm locked in. You don't remember the 46 parts of that
song
movie
was
I
hard.
made?
That's the first 5 parts of that song.
Yeah, so hard. And
Masterpiece.
then the next 40 parts were decent.
Trash, yeah.
Jesus. That guy.
What's your last topic?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is a true story that happened here in Texas. There was a guy, he just got committed to life or 20 years in prison for murder because he went on a date. And that's not the funny part. He went on a date.
I swear I hope not.
I'm laughing already.
So, so he went on, the reason why he committed, because he went on a date and he killed the woman he went on a date with because they played one-on-one basketball.
Oh, yeah, I saw
And
that.
she
Yeah,
cooked
beat
him.
Yeah.
She destroyed him, broke his ankles, and his friends
Yeah,
were
and,
recording
like,
it and laughing, and he got so mad.
on.
Killed her.
And he killed her for that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm
She
like,
was like 21, I think. or
yeah,
something like that.
they were both like in their early 20s. So she cooked him so bad at basketball,
He shot her.
and he shot her for getting
Could you
cooked.
imagine if you lost to that 8-year-old?
Yeah, so I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, bro, you think losing to a girl at basketball is hard? Wait till you get to prison, dog. You're gonna get.
After
Yeah,
she,
I think he got like 100 years for it or something.
Yeah.
oh, he was
31, and she was
31.
21. She beat him in a game of basketball.
Jesus.
It's fucking crazy.
Like,
It's really sad. I saw that story.
Is this? I don't know. That
so now my question is like, what would someone have to beat you in to get you angry enough to be like, I gotta end this motherfucker right here?
Somehow I find out that my place is no longer my place or something, and like they're like I own a house, but no longer it's not mine. Kill that motherfucker. Like somehow they finagled it from under me. I don't know.
But, like, what's
not
the-
over basketball. That's
But
for
yeah,
sure.
what would be the most senseless thing that you would be that mad about? Because I'm like, I'm a hooper. If a girl beat me like that, I'd probably just never
Wife
play
her up.
basketball.
Oh,
I might marry her. I don't
mean,
know.
to me,
Hey,
I might be on
Yeah.
that. I might be on that LeVar Ball kick where it's like I found her.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some NBA babies.
Yeah, we're gonna. My kids are gonna be the best kids on the
Best
basketball
ever.
plan. Yeah,
We're
but
gonna have our own shoe.
but like, I don't know what I would
Donald
take.
Trump.
I don't know what I take seriously enough to ever like care that much.
That's
Like,
There's
One
nothing to care about that much that you
That's-
kill somebody.
like one
That's-
of the ways I feel really
Except
lucky.
unless
And
Professor Xavier. would- yeah.
really lucky is to have a sense of humor about myself. So even if it's like I've lost games of chess when I have to do the like I have all these trophies in high school, but I haven't really played in like 20 years. So
Yeah.
every now and then, like on a date, I think somebody once beat me, and I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, what do we?
That's a turn on. Yeah.
It's embarrassing on some objective level, but like also like
yeah, it's like okay, I can actually play again.
No,
Back up.
let's-
Okay,
yeah.
move forward. Like
yeah.
no, yeah. So with chess, by the way, are you like on the level like if somebody's not good, like you can like actively like talk shit to them, like oh, so you're gonna do that, so I'm gonna do that.
absolutely. Well, and that's what I was gonna say earlier.
Clown question.
I gravitated in high school. All I played was chess and tennis, which both have
Okay.
a strong psychological aspect.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would win like high school tournaments just by doing something that made no sense half the time when I saw they were low on time and shit like that. Like,
Yeah. Just to throw them off.
yeah.
As out here, the Bobby Fischer of what high school did you go to?
Nicolay High School.
They call me
wait,
the
what high
Bobby
school?
Fischer, the Bobby of Nicolay.
What high school did you say?
Nicolay.
Okay, bro. For a second, I was like, bro, you got
Nicolay? What the fuck?
Bro,
Is that some Confederate school in the South?
Named
But-
after the French explorer Jean Nicolay.
But,
Let me make it clear.
bro,
Nicolay.
I just wonder how bad did she have to beat him though?
I
Like,
know. Yeah.
She
yeah,
had
yeah.
to like have
She Brian
embarrassed him.
Scalabrine.
Yeah,
bitch,
broke his
she's-
ankles 11-1 and shit. Just crossed him up like.
Doesn't even want a rematch.
No.
Ruled
gave-
one out.
Bro, he ruled out the rematch forever.
He didn't even say best 2 out of 3.
No, he's double or nothing. He's like, this is not going to end well ever again.
You know what's funny? She beat him so bad that he knew that facing her again would do nothing for him.
Oh my! You can't come back from that.
Just like,
like literally, he's like,
ended here.
bro, I'd rather end my life in prison than play this girl again at basketball. That is a wild ass take to have on that shit.
God, that's tragic.
Absurd.
And someone who loves that is it's outlandish. Someone who loves hoops, like not even that much. That's fucking ridiculous.
It
But
is.
I can't stop thinking about that story though. That's so crazy.
Well, real quick, what was her name? Real quick, Brandon.
Do you think the tape of the game is on the internet somewhere?
Cameron Hogg.
Cameron Hogg. I mean,
Alright.
the only way we can end it is
Cameron Hogg's
saying rest in peace to her.
Cameron Hogg's a murderer. Asia
Oops.
Womack is.
Wow, you piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck you, Cameron Hogg.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you were out there
Asia
hogging the
what?
ball.
Asia Womack?
Yeah.
Asia Womack, rest in peace. Sorry to your family for your loss. That is fucking
I'm
tragic.
sorry.
Can you admit, like, the other prisoners that know that that's why that
He's
guy's
never
in
gonna
jail?
get picked up.
Like,
Bro,
He's never gonna get. He's gonna be picked last every
He's gonna
single
be
day.
getting cooked every day in prison, bro. They're gonna be like mousing that. Hey, that's the dude that lost to the girl.
What if
bro.
he gets there?
Eat
He's
him
the
up.
best one. It's like,
Oh.
damn, she must have been real as shit. Because he's good as fuck.
Bro, that's crazy. She didn't even play like college basketball or on a team or nothing. So she was just a street baller that cooked his ass. I hope he gets in prison getting cooked every day. Every time he loses, he
He's
gets
gonna
it up.
get something.
He gets, yeah. I
gonna
hope
get
so,
something.
bro. I hope he gets
also,
a dick in the butt every time.
I just
he
wonder,
loses.
like, did he admit that that's why he killed her? Like,
People were there. There were witnesses.
people were there. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys both being on the show.
Thank you for
The way
having
I
me.
always
Thank
end
you,
it
yeah.
off is I ask both of you, is there anything you want to plug? Ben, you can go first.
Yeah, check out the Lonely Man's podcast. Follow Ben Bosunga on Instagram, and I post all my shows and activities and all that jazz. So
All right.
I've got a show every Friday night in Austin at the Fallout Theater called Fallout Tonight. It's stand-up, late-night stuff. Duncan Carson on Instagram. Yeah.
All right. As usual, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Tidbits and Randomness. Thank you to Brendan Lejean for producing. As always, I'm Winston Dean. Thank you for y'all's time.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.